Okay, without further ado, we have the next startup from Oslo, Norway, which is Spacemaker. Welcome. Thanks for joining us here. Do you have a clicker and a microphone? There's a clicker and here's a microphone, so you get settled here. Are you going to speak German or English or Norwegian?
I prefer Norwegian, is that? No,
okay,
I'm kidding.
Actually, there's a
English,
live translation now, which was just announced yesterday. You put it in your ear and it translates in live, so we'll do that next time. So you'll talk English?
English, yes.
Okay, so thank you very much. Are you ready? Is your slide deck here?
Yes, I'm ready.
Are you prepared?
Yes, I think so.
3, 2, 1, go!
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Howard. I'm an architect, a CEO and co-founder of an ambitious Norwegian tech startup called Spacemaker. We have managed to gather this exceptional team of top 1% data scientists, mathematicians from Harvard, PhDs in operations research from Norwegian oil and gas science, an extraordinary team. And just a few months ago, we had a huge breakthrough on inventing an artificial intelligence that is able to discover the smartest and most valuable way to shape and organize buildings placed on the site. So it's kind of intelligent feasibility studies in 3D. And as you all know, the planning phase can be a long and bumpy ride with many stakeholders involved, complex zoning requirements, laws, and concept development. And today it exists almost no digital support in this phase. Architects and urban planners all over the world do this by best guessing. You come up with a concept and then you test it. And then you come up with another concept and then you test that one. And you might do that 5 or 50 times, but it's still manual trial and error. What we do in Spacemaker is to generate and test billions of concepts. And we do this by breaking it all down to math. Zoning requirements and the way you would normally think as an architect. And we use our AI together with thousands of processors in the cloud. And that makes it possible to discover what's called Pareto optimal solutions. It means best possible ones, the ideal compromises. Because you're not looking for just one good solution. You might you want to see 10 good, but different ones. Which one is best at apartment layouts, or evening sun, or has the lowest building costs, or the best IRR, internal rate of return? And this is extremely complex. Even with just 2 buildings on a small site, with a few things to consider, like sun, noise, and view from 3 different directions, you would have 200 billion solutions or combinations or possible concepts. But in real life, the problems are far more complex, right? There are many more variables, and also you have to think about how does humans consider, for example, view. How far is it to a blocking object? Is the object positive or negative? And our artificial intelligence simulates this way of thinking. And that gives extraordinary results, which is very exciting. We are testing now this on real sites and discover solutions with as much as 10% more sellable space within the zoning requirements and far better qualities. We've had an amazing response from the market now. We have international real estate companies as investors and R&D partners, and we are looking forward to enter Germany and the rest of the world very, very soon. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Awesome. Big round of applause. Now, can you imagine the architecture brain on steroids? Yeah. That was a nice slogan. I really like that. Yeah, congratulations. I think being called Harvard as a first name, you can see a lot of intelligence and also in the solution. So I'm sure the experts, the jury, is quite interested and critical on this. You know, using AI to develop space, something the humans have done for hundreds of thousands of years. And now here comes AI, which does 1 billion opportunities. So do you think it's going to be better? What are your questions, dear jury?
Yes, just one question. I think I do have understand the idea, but what is your business model? How do you earn money?
Okay, the real estate developer unlocks the site, so and invites architects and other stakeholders into the model. So the license is connected to the site.
I think it's a little bit like Wallace and Gromit, and so you have a machine to put your trousers on. But do you see a potential beyond what you're describing there? Because if you build this intelligence, it's obviously a very potent tool. I'm just not sure whether it's the right application.
Okay, I'm not sure if I can answer that because I'm not sure if I understand your question. But just to describe this mathematical problem is unsolved globally. There is no algorithm we can just use to implement this. We have had to sort of invent it from scratch. But the mathematical, this is a multi-objective optimization problem. And this mathematical model can be applied to all other parts of kind of the domain. You can use it on commercial space, of course. If you think about how you plan hospitals today, or infrastructure, or schools, it's a lot of parametric problems there. And you can use it on simple optimization problems, like testing just a few things, or you can include lots of complexity. The mathematical problem and the approach is the same, so it can be applied on many things, and that's why we're doing pilot projects now on many different kind of projects. Yes.
Burning question from Professor Achammer.
So the algorithm core is able to adapt to any kind of criteria which we invent in an individual building. Is this true?
I wouldn't say any, but I would say that all of the things that you're able to quantify in a way and put a parametric approach to. I mean, I've been working with urban planning and also with the kind of place making, and to kind of understand how to slow people down on an urban space to make them use the space in another way is also a parametric problem, right? And you can connect that with beacons or with a kind of data that tells you how many people are using the space and what kind of weather is it. I mean, the possibilities are endless, but we're focusing now and using this on a very sort of applied and narrow problem in the beginning, and then adding on.
Okay, let's take a question from the audience here. Voted to the very top. So people, I think, are amazed, but not everybody got it or is not sure if they got it. So it's unclear to some people what the product is, what inputs do you require to start, and what is the output which you generate, and how much is that going to cost?
Okay, I can tell you one of the pilot projects that we just did. We took a housing project and we put in all the zoning requirements and also what was most important to achieve on the site. It was a site with a beautiful view and a lot of evening sun, and we wanted most of the apartments to have as much sunlight and view as possible. So that specific problem could be solved by the AI, and what we got out was 20 extra apartments. That's one thing, but within the zoning, but we had 2.5 hours of more direct sunlight on all of the balconies as an average, and less noise and far better view on each apartment. So it's a very applied problem. We were paid $40,000 for that pilot project. So the market is responding very well to this.
They always do this. Security comes first, even in the world of AI. Okay,
sorry, can I just ask
let's take another question here from the jury. Speak very loud, please.
How long did it take you to put the data in? So because you're saying this is basically replacing architectural planning. So
Yes.
how quick was it to do that?
It's faster than you would think, actually.
I don't know.
We did one project. We spent 70 hours on one project, from we started it until it was finished. 70 man hours.
That's $40,000 for 70 man hours.
Yes, on one of our first pilot projects.
Wow.
But remember that the value in that project, we discovered 20 extra apartments within the zoning worth $10 million.
We have time for one more question, one last question. Do you want to, or should we take one? Yeah.
If you
Not
made
satisfied.
your client $10 million and you make 40,000 in 70 hours, you should think about how you increase your profit.
Yes, and that is also why this is just a pilot price. We are just testing this and just charging a little bit just to test it. But definitely, we haven't launched a product yet. We will in a few weeks, actually. Yeah.
So as you guys are voting, please vote now. If you haven't done so, jury, please complete your voting. One thing, you have all these experts here, great audience, people are standing in line outside. What is the one thing you wish from this audience? Like, how can they help? What would be the thing which would help you most in your startup?
I'm not sure I understood that question.
From these people, can they help you somehow? What are you looking for most? Partners, funding,
yeah.
projects? What can you get from these guys?
Definitely. We are scaling out of Norway next year, so we are definitely looking at R&D partners and commercial partners that can help us adapt the software to the German laws and planning system. So yeah, and we just raised money. We are raising money in 12 to 18 months again.
That's what happens. Yeah. You start raising money and you raise money again and again. Thank you very much. Big
Thank
applause
you.
to Spacemaker.